So this is Frank. He joined the academy a couple months ago. We did a video with his business partner Bryant, I think in January, but we had time to finally talk to Frank. So Frank, what's going on, man?
How's it going? How's it going? What's up, y'all? All right, my name is Frank. From the Bay Area. I was born in Oakland, kind of raised in Oakland in like that Pleasant Hill area, if you know where Bay Area is at. So you know kind of how bad it is over there.
Yo, Mark, what's your takeaway from Frank since you started coaching him a few months ago? He was one of your first like success stories.
Frank's a baller, man. I mean, hey, basically we're just jumping on weekly calls every single week, and what I tell him on those calls are implemented right away, and it's led to the success that he's had here so far inside Dropservice Academy.
Yeah, like Frank, how did you even find us? Was it just like Bryant showing you it? Like, were you guys trying to start a business together and then you just came along our videos and you're like, hey, like we should try this, or did you propose it to Brian? Like, how did that even look? Because
Yeah. So basically, Brian actually showed me on TikTok. Like he showed me your take. He sent it to me first, and he's like, "Hey, come check this out." I'm like going through your page. I'm like, "Oh shit." So I kind of did some digging myself. I did a little bit of research. I did see you do some like crypto TikToks and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this seems hella dope. And I was already kind of in like that kind of want to start a business mindset because have you ever heard of something called Amway? The little like,
Amway,
yeah, this little multi-level marketing scam thing. I got
little
myself,
MLM.
yeah, yeah. I got myself into that a little bit. I had like a suit and tie. I was going up there, but I was super like focused. Like I didn't care what they were saying. I just felt like I was like doing something for myself until I found out it was an MLM. So then I stopped that. And then I also tried like to do like the little pressure washing side job, a little side gig. And I mean, that was okay, but it was just slow. It was just slow. And I was working a little 9 to 5, or it was part-time because I was playing football. It was
Yeah.
a little part-time job that I had. So, I mean, when he showed me that, I was like, this go for sure ends remote. It's something that I could do online because I was kind of trying to find an online job to replace that part-time job.
What are you, a
And
receiver or what are you playing football?
yeah, I was a running back, but then
A
yeah,
little
I
run
switched.
back.
Yeah, I switched to slot receiver up there.
Nice, nice. And then before you even like started this business with you and Bryant, what was the most amount of money that you've ever had in your bank account?
Before,
Yeah, before.
yeah, probably like 6,000.
6 bands. Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably in like middle school when my grandma gave it to me, and I spent it all on hot Cheetos. And I like yeah. So
That's mad funny. But yeah, so like last month you guys did, I think you did 10 or 11K, or if you want to walk through like when you started working with us, when you had your first actual like decent month once everything was set up, and then what were you guys doing in April and then like in March as well? So like people can get like a better understanding of like what the growth looks like from when you actually started it to like month over month.
yeah. So November we started off with 3,000. December we had 8,500. So it grew a lot after that because we figured out what we needed to fix. We had a lot of we learned how to really just talk to clients, how to really price around, kind of find the areas on which could collect us the most money. So that helped a lot. And then after that, we finally hit our 10,000 month, which was in January. So that was big for us. In 3 months, we hit our 10K goal, which is what you guys told us with that mentorship. Oh, yeah, you guys are gonna get us at 10,000 a month in 3 months. And then February we hit 12,000. And then we did kind of start slowing down. In March we did hit 11,000 because a lot of quality control. It was just like that month was just kind of just shitty. It was pretty bad because like the cleaners weren't doing their job. A lot of clients were just leaving. All reoccurring clients were just moving out somewhere. So that month was just kind of ass. And then April, we went kind of down to 10K. That was a pretty slow month as well. Just really just trying to find the cleaners. But I mean, right now in May, we're starting off with 6,000. So I mean, we did kind of get our reoccurring. We're starting to get our reoccurring revenue up. We got quality cleaners right now, so they're kind of making our business look a little better right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's May 2nd. You have 6K on the books already. Like, there's nothing to complain about that. And then, if people are like, even like people from your friend group or whatever that follow you on Instagram that are watching this video right now, like, what do you do? Like, I know people probably see your stories, like maybe they've seen like your TikTok or whatever, but explain like what the remote cleaning business model is and like what you and Brian have been doing like the last few months. Because I'm sure a lot of people are confused or just curious.
Yeah, so besides the back end of everything, like getting the LLC, the CRM and all that, all we're really doing right now is literally getting clients. Clients are giving us calls. We have a business that operates. We're getting clients. Then we have cleaners. And then we're just like putting them two together, and you're just middlemaning at that point. Like you're just sitting back, you're on the phone. Like you can play a video game if you want. Like half the time that I'm here, I would just be like on a game playing Madden or something. But then I'll get a call midway, book a $500 clean, send my cleaner out, and it's as simple as that. I thought it was gonna be hard in the beginning, but I mean, it's not that hard at all.
Yeah, I mean, like the hardest part is setting everything up because like you have to take action to get like the business set up, get the bank account, get the
Mm.
Stripe connected to it, hiring those first cleaners, and then the sales is the easy part because they're literally just calling you and they need a clean and you provide cleaning services and then you have the cleaners strapped essentially where it's like, yeah, we can do this $500, shoot off a text message to so and so, they go to the job, they do a good job, you get paid, they get paid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after being in Dropservice Academy for like 6 months, what's been like the most beneficial part of joining this community?
Most beneficial part, I would have to say I learned a lot, honestly, kind of like on how to sell. Even though it's been like half a year, I learned how to sell. Um, the Job Service Academy comes with so much value. It's just the mentorship right now, it has a lot more value because there's so many Loom videos on every step by step on how to go about anything in there.
Is this like the first business that like you've actually taken seriously and started? Like, yeah, you've done like your side hustles or whatever, like throughout the years, like, but like this is an actual business. Like you have people that you can fire. Like you have people working under you that are going to jobs and like they rely on you to essentially have their bills be paid and have their cost of living be taken care of because you're providing them work. They're going out, they're doing a job. Like it's cool. Like this is the first time that you've ever done something like this. So if you tried starting your cleaning business by yourself with Brian and then didn't have access to like any of the videos, any of the contracts, any of the SOPs, the community access, where do you think you would be right now versus like where you guys are today with like all that access?
We'll probably still be trying to get that first $1,000 on the book. Like we wouldn't be able to for sure get to where we were at without all the steps, all like how you guys were like just holding our hand, going step by step through the whole way. I think the most valuable part about this is just getting the mentorship because I think if we were trying to do this alone, we would not go as far as where we're at right now. It's I think it's just the value is just in it's just the mentorship. I mean like you get a coach if you get coached in your between like in your whole life, whether that's like in sports, whether that's you getting a tutor in school, it's just kind of the same thing. Like getting a mentor is gonna help you in the long run. It's just gonna like benefit you. It's gonna make you better. It's gonna make you open. It's gonna open up doors for everything else. So I mean,
Yeah, no,
uh,
100%. Mark, what did those weekly coaching calls look like with Frank and Brian?
Oh, they were great. Well, Frank took a little hiatus over in Brazil for a little bit.
mhm.
But but besides that, we're just jumping on every single week, coaching them up. I mean, I know in the beginning, Brian and Frank both haven't done like any type of sales, so we really just like jumped in and walked through like how to provide like that extra value in terms of like every single customer that comes through. And I mean, now, right, their closing rate is over 60% of every lead that gives them a call, they're closing, which in the beginning, it was not that.
Yeah. And then like Google LSA, like did you even know what Google LSA was, Frank, before you started? Like did you
Nah, I didn't.
because it's
Nah, I
crazy how
didn't have
that
a clue.
works. For people that are watching this, like the ad platform or one of the ad platforms that Brian and Frank use, it's called Google Local Service Ads. If you need a house clean or if you have a dorm or whatever, and like you need a place cleaned or whatever, go to Google, search cleaning services near me. At the top of the page, all the different cleaning businesses, whether they're residential or commercial, come up at the top of the page. So Brian and Frank's, their business comes up, shows the amount of reviews that they have, and then there's a call button and then also a message button that I think you guys eventually turned off, but it's pay per lead. You don't just set a campaign on Google, pay $1,000 and just hope for the impressions and clicks that just turn into conversions. Someone calls you directly from that call button, and it's someone that lives in the area, and they're asking for a service that you offer. It's a quality lead. You get paid, or you get charged 20, 30, $40 for that lead. You close them, you get them on the calendar for two, three, four, $500 clean. You pay for that lead once, and then you have the goal of eventually turning them into a recurrent customer. So Frank said that he had 6K on the books for May. That's because from that $6,000, he didn't close all of that yesterday and today. It's because he has clients that are now on their booking calendar, and they've done cleans in the past, and they've been able to convert them from that one-time clean to a recurring clean where they're going there every week, every 2 weeks, every month. So you're paying 25 to $40 for a lead that can eventually turn into $4, $5, $6, $7,000 in annual recurring revenue. And that's something that we got Frank and Brian set up with on day one. Takes a couple weeks to get set up, get verified. You got to get reviews, whatever. There's a whole process, background check. But once you have that set up and you have all your location areas on point and you offer like all the cleaning services in there, you're just getting phone calls all day. And like if you've seen those videos of Frank on the phone closing deals, it's because people are most likely calling him from Google and he's just answering the phone. They need a clean. He gets them on the calendar and then he makes 30, 40, 50% for every job, depending on what their margins are for that clean.
Oh yeah. Frank, back in like October, when you guys like first jumped on a sales call, jumped on a call here with me. I know you guys had to think about it for like 24 hours. Like, what was the obstacle that almost prevented you guys from not joining?
Like when we first started, before we had to take course.
Yeah, I know we jumped on and it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, you guys needed like 24 hours to like kind of like talk it over. Like, what was that conversation kind of looking like with you and Brian?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I was super hesitant. I was always just a hesitant kid. Like I seen this online. I'm like, at first it was John. He was the one that was posting like the TikTok. So I thought we are gonna get on the call with him at first. And then we got on the call with you. I'm like, all right, who is this guy? And
Like, who's this weirdo?
then so I'm just like hearing everything. I'm like, this sounds good, but like it seems too good to be true. And I'm like, okay. So we're just kind of like thinking, and we're like, all right. I mean, like there's no like we might as well just take the risk. Like we're young, we don't have much to lose. Like I mean, like we're young. Like let's just go all in for it. It's not like it's $10,000 to get in, $20,000. Like okay, we have enough for the mentorship. So like let's see what this is about. And if we get scammed, I'm like, fuck it. Like we're just gonna just work to get that money back. We'll get it back in the next what month, 2 months possibly if we just keep working for it. Because I know like how hard if all right, something that's good too about like us starting this, I believe, is just us being like football players, and we just had that drive, especially like in like the college level. Like we just gonna have that drive to always find a way to like make some money to like just keep that drive. And me, when I was playing, I got injured, so that took a lot of time. That took a lot of time for me to kind of just focus on the business. My bad. I know I kind of steered off with the question, but
Yeah, you're good, bro.
yeah, when I got injured, I had a lot of time to focus on the business. So I think that was super, yeah, beneficial for me as well to like taking like that risk. Like that really helped me out a lot.
So when
Because
like you had that injury and everything, and you guys eventually decided to just go all in on this and get it started, was Brian still going to practice every day? Like, were you doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the beginning, or was he
yeah,
still making time for you to like split up and like divvy up the work?
yeah. So that's why it was really good for us to both be in this because whenever I wasn't able to answer the calls, he can answer the calls whenever, yeah, vice versa. But yeah, a lot of the times when he was gone, then I would be able to answer all the calls, just pick up the phone. But then I would also be at work at the same time too. Like I used to work at the time, so I had to quit my part-time job because I want to go all in on this. And it's like now I'm making a lot more money than I ever was when I was working up there. And like you working a 9 to 5, you're just gonna get like a little raise, like a 25, 50 cent, $1 raise. With this, the next month you're gonna get 1,000, 2,000, $3,000. So
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
like, when do you guys get out of school? That's probably coming up soon, right? Like a couple months.
mm, mm. And the next, or actually this month we're getting out. So I stopped taking classes actually because I want to like yeah go all in on this.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like before last semester started, or actually it just started. I was taking a chemistry class, and the only reason why I was taking classes was to get a D1 scholarship.
Yeah.
when I was injured, I was like, okay, I don't really want to go to this school no more. I feel like it's pointless. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and just like drop out. I had my first client that called me the first day of class. I went out for like 20 minutes, and then like when I walked in, everyone's all staring at me all weird because the first day of class, the teacher's looking at me funny. I'm like, all right, I shouldn't be doing this. Let me just drop out all my classes real quick, and then yeah, just locking on the business, and then I would just take classes the next semester. So
And it's like, dude, people don't get it. Like I was the same way. Like I wasn't doing this when I was in college because I didn't even know what a remote cleaning business was until after I graduated. But like I was doing some like business stuff during college students. Like I'm walking out of lectures because I have a phone call that I have to answer, and people are looking at you like you're crazy or like you're weird. And it's like, dude, like you're sitting in a class listening to a person that is making like $70,000 a year teaching you about business when they don't even have a business of themselves. Like, why would I even listen to them? Like it's
like
crazy. Like people
yeah,
people are so brainwashed and just don't even see that. And then like you decide to actually take action on something with Bryant, and now you're learning and you're picking up more experience in the business world than the professor. I know you said it was a chemistry class, but like if you're taking a business class, like you have more real world experience in them now because like you're literally scaling a business by yourself with Bryant, and it's cool. And like a lot more people need to just look at that and be like, yeah, like you don't have to wait until you graduate college to start a business, or like you don't need a degree to like have now like the credentials, I guess, to start a business. It's like you just do it. Just figure like YouTube's free. Just like go on YouTube and find opportunities where you can be making money online and just like do it yourself and try to figure it out. That's the best part about business is just like solving all the problems that come along the way.
yeah.
100%. I mean, Frank, did you guys experience any unexpected problems or curveballs since starting this business?
Honestly, besides the clients and stuff like that, which you guys already gave us a heads up about, was gonna be like the probably most difficult part. Not really, honestly. I mean, everything was kind of like when I was on the phone with the client, it was just really like in the moment, just highball it, and then if they're not going for it, just kind of like use some like little techniques to like kind of like bring them down. Use some like little like, oh, we're having like a 10% discount on this client. I mean, we're having a 10% discount for the first customer who uses our service, like little things like that. And then like we're able to book the client just like that because some other services aren't doing that. But any other curveballs other than this, I mean, starting this business, not really.
What are you and Brian gonna be doubling down on for the summer? Is it just gonna be like you said you have good cleaners now, so like just make sure that they're gonna be chilling and everything like that. But are you guys gonna be doing more outreach? Are you gonna be tapping into like other ad platforms? I've seen a lot of success recently on Thumbtack. I know Steve made like a little video tutorial on like what he's doing to get cheap leads. But like, what's your guys' roadmap for the next 4 to 6 weeks to try to get from 10K to 20K or even more? Like we see a lot more people lapping you now in the academy. You guys used to be the top dogs. Now you got people passing you. So what are you gonna do to get back up to the top?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everyone's passing us up. David's passing us up and all. I'm like, damn, all right. But I think we honestly haven't talked about that. Now we gotta like really focus on getting this reoccurring revenue up. Like we have the good cleaners now. So I think we're gonna for sure do more outreach. I need to do more commercial calls, call more contractors. Uh we need to post more on Airbnbs because we've been slacking on that, honestly. We haven't been doing any outreaches on Airbnbs lately, trying to get some posts on there. And then also we're gonna try Thumbtack. I think that's a good idea. Right now we're trying Yelp, and we're gonna see how that's kind of going. Right now, it's a little iffy, but I mean we're just gonna kind of see how the month's gonna go with that,
Yeah.
and if it doesn't turn out as we like how it's supposed to in our head, then I mean we're just gonna drop it and keep trying things out.
Mark, did you tell him what we've been doing with Facebook Marketplace for cheap ads?
Yeah, basically, I know I was talking with you guys like a little bit earlier this week about it, but basically Facebook Marketplace, hey, everyone's constantly moving out, right? Especially when you're in like a big city. So literally just type in moving on Facebook Marketplace and you're gonna see all the different moving sales. And you just hit them up and say like, hey, are you looking for a move out clean? I'm the owner over here at X cleaning company. We're running a quick spring cleaning promotion. Boom, shoot it over to them. They're either going to say yes, I'm looking for one, or what's up with the promotion, and you guys can let them know it's like, hey, 25 $50 off, whatever you guys see fit. Been working like a charm because people that need to move out, they're all focused on selling their stuff, not hiring a service provider, they typically just call last minute for a service provider. So if you can go and get in contact with them, it's $0 customer acquisition cost, and you lock in an expensive move out clean.
Yeah. And then there's even like other campaigns where you can spend like $5 a week to get like 1,000 impressions as well on Facebook too.
Hmm.
But we can talk more about that after. But what's your plan though? Are you I know you and Brian are business partners for everyone that's watching this video. You're moving like relatively close to him, right? Recently? Like
Yeah, I'm about to,
you're is he an OC or he left OC and now he's or not OC. He's like more so like in LA.
yeah. So he's in Anaheim. So yeah,
Anaheim, yeah.
yeah, that Orange County area. Yeah. So yeah, he moved from the Bay, and then yeah, he's down there. But yeah, I'm about to move. I'm about to move out there with him. Actually, it's gonna be all three of us. Him. There's gonna be me, him, and then my other friend. Uh,
Ashton, right?
yeah,
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 he's got a cleaning business too.
yeah. He got one. He got one.
Yeah.
He
So
started.
you guys are like teaching him up and he's got the knowledge now too, and it's like just snowball effect.
Yeah, Snowball Effect about to get some reoccurring revenue for him. See how that business is gonna go in that LA area, and then yeah, I mean everything right now. He also, oh yeah, also he has like a pressure washing business too, so he kind of already knows how to sell, which is pretty helpful already. That's like the only thing you kind of need to know about like getting into this industry is knowing how to sell, I guess. And I mean, I never had no experience so, like that first month, like that November of getting $3,000. I didn't know how to sell. I was terrible at like talking to customers, talking to clients. So
It's a
I mean,
muscle.
yeah, just keep the more you do it, the more it's gonna like integrate inside yourself. So I mean, really keep.
Yeah. So are you guys gonna be like all living together, or are you just getting your own place with like one of your other boys and going down there and just like in the business every day?
Yeah, so I'm honestly thinking I could honestly live by myself down there, depending on like which area it's gonna be located in. But um, like depending on the situation, it's either I'm gonna live with Brent or yeah, we're gonna get like a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, or I'll just probably live by myself.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Mark, what do you think? Like, do you got any other questions for Frank or
Yeah, basically, I think, hey, you guys have been in for about like 6 months now. Absolutely like crushing it, right? Went from 0 to 10 grand within your first 3 months, and have consistently breaking that like five-figure month every single month. Where do you guys like see your business going here throughout like the summer while you guys have some more time to truly like work on the business?
Honestly, I think I honestly see us getting VAs. I think that's like one goal of mine that we want to have is get some virtual assistants. And right now we're at $55,000. So yeah, I think getting VAs like we're gonna start getting like 10K to 15K a month. So I think like in that summer and like once summer starts, I think yeah, right now we're working on SOPs. We're just like kind of like working on like what our virtual assistants is gonna be
what they're gonna
doing
be
for our
doing and
business.
everything? How are
Yeah,
you doing
like,
that, by the way? Are you doing like Google Docs right now, or are you doing Loom
yeah,
videos? Do Loom videos.
yeah, do it
That's what
us.
we were telling Parker. So Loom, all the videos in DSA, they're Loom videos, like the platform. It's what's called Loom, and like yeah, like SOPs via like Google Docs are awesome and everything, but it's like dude, like record yourself, like going through like those SOPs. So it's like you can record some of the sales calls of like you can have like the Google LSA because they record every sales call, or even like going through like listening to one of your TikTok videos, going through that sales call, pausing it, and then talking about it. So it's like if you have a VA that eventually comes into the business and they're going to be handling the phone, you can have a couple Loom videos of you just breaking down like some of your calls rather than just like giving them like the sales script or giving them like some notes that you have. And then it's the same with like quality control. You said that was one of your strongest problems that you guys dealt with in the last couple of months. Thankfully, you guys have good cleaners now. Shoot a Loom video with Bryant, you two sitting at the computer, just explaining like the situation that you had from the problems that you were able to overcome with your cleaners, being like, hey, when you do the interview, like something that we didn't do 100% great on was setting the expectations, and then kind of explain like through words, like instead of just typing it on a Google Doc, like emphasizing like what you want them to be doing if you have a VA that's going to be interviewing potential cleaners down the road. And like the Loom videos are really going to help a VA be able to get onboarded because anyone can just whip up a ton of Google Docs and they can look at it, but like they're not going to resonate as much to the information if it's you personally talking to them on a video. Kind of like why you joined DSA, like a course versus like a program where there's the video modules with all the resources and contracts plus opportunity for us to get on calls. It's like the same thing. Like people absorb that information a lot more when it's like more personal. And like VAs, like you want them to be just as good as you, if not better than the job that you're currently doing in your business when you onboard them. So you want to really make sure that your SOPs are excellent and like up to par when you eventually take that transition.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Sure. And I'm planning on playing football this summer, this season too. So in the
In the
next,
fall.
yeah, yeah. So I think that'd be better because I mean, if we're both gonna be playing for the same team, how both our focus is gonna be like on that. So I mean, they're gonna have to be in the bag, just at least answering calls, and we kind of manage it and whatnot. So I think that'd be good.
No, you're good. Yeah, the easiest thing is like once you have the revenue where it's like, okay, we're making this amount of money, we're distributing this amount, we're doing good. Now it's time to get some VAs. Like that's easy. But again, like just can't emphasize enough. Once you have the VAs in your business, the last thing you want to do is bring them in and then your revenue goes down because they didn't get the proper expectations when you handed them the keys. But if you have the good SOPs, then you can play football in the fall. They're crushing on the phone. They're crushing on setting up the cleaners to go to the jobs and they're handling all that. And now you have yourself an actual business because it's making you money while you don't even have to think about it.
You
Obviously,
leaving
you're going to be checking
practice?
in with them, but oh, go ahead.
I was just saying you leave practice and you already have $700 closed while you guys were just right out of practice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited though. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So what do you have to do in the next 60 days to get to the point where you're going to be getting some VAs? I know you said that you want to do more outreach, but stuff that you guys could be doing as soon as this weekend. Like, what is it going to be?
I think, or it's just mainly it's all really just outreach, and yeah, I think we could for sure start working on them Loom videos, but just mainly just outreach. We're gonna try that Facebook, like that Facebook marketing, like you guys said. I'm gonna try that, and then also yeah, just like the Airbnb that hits a lot. Like this one Airbnb could grant you, I would say, at least yeah, nah, yeah, one
Yeah.
Airbnb could for sure grant you a cool $5,000 a month, six thousand
I
dollars a
got
month.
I got a quick nugget for you. So Brian, he lives in an apartment. When do they get out of school? Like in a month?
Yeah, yeah, and
Have
like
him just
50.
blast on his Instagram stories, have his friends blast on their Instagram stories. If you guys need cleans before you move out of your apartments, you're out of your dorms, like tap in, like let us know. We'll come through. You can probably get a ton of business over there.
Yeah, yeah,
Plus, it's 0% acquisition for customer costs.
that's true.
But yeah, I mean, Frank, we appreciate your time and like, what's all in on this? Like, what's one advice that you would give to someone that either watched this video or they've seen your videos on TikTok before? They've been thinking about maybe starting a remote cleaning business or any sort of entrepreneurial thing online based on the experience that you've had over the last 6 7 months. What's one thing that you would take away for them to consider when making that decision?
Yeah, so I would say don't hesitate. Like you want to start a business, all businesses is going to be scary when you first get into it, but just take the risk. Don't be hesitant on starting this. Like you have the mentorship. There's a lot of value in this. Over 50 Loom videos on step by step is gonna like you don't even have to talk to your mentors, honestly. Like there's so many Loom videos for you to watch. So you know step by step on how to start this business. And there's like weekly calls, there's weekly roundtables of like Q&A, like Q&As, questions to answer with Parker, John, Mark. Like it has a lot of value in this, but just don't be scared to take the risk. Like I mean, like you're young. If you're older, it's cool. Like just like pursue it, man. Don't be hesitant. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, like you said it best. It's like if you guys paid the money, took the chance, and you failed, worst scenario, like the worst scenario, you're just working to get that money back. Like it's not the end of the world. As long as like failing is good. If you take the risk and you fail, at least you tried. It's like the way I look at it, rather than just like thinking about starting something, not actually taking action, and then having those what if moments 10, 20 years on the road, being like, oh, like what if I actually started that business? I wonder where I'd be. Like you might as well just take the risk. Life is way too short to just have all those questions.
Exactly. Exactly. 1 minute you could be a millionaire, the next minute you didn't take the risk. Damn, like you're still working that same 9 to 5, just you're like you're sick. So I mean, you just take the risk, man.
100%. Mark,
Yeah, man, I appreciate the time here today. It was great, and just continue crushing it here throughout the summer, brother.
and
Yeah,
Frank, where can
thank
they
you.
find you if they're still watching this on Instagram and TikTok?
Bay Area. I'm in the Bay
Well, like
Area.
like your handles, like where can they find you?
Oh, Business Bonnet. My Instagram is 510 Frankie, and then my TikTok is Business Bonnet. Bonnet.
Sweet, good stuff.